Alright guys, we're back here on the channel and today we are doing units I would want in the game number 2. Now before we begin, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys subscribe, road to 400 subs, and if you have a character you would want in the game, let me know in the comments who it would be, and if you have a specific skill for that character as well, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to add it in one of these futures units I want. So we have 2 units this time instead of 4 units. The only difference about this one is that actually one of these units transform. I try to always make these units come good, bad, whatever, but make it make sense. Like I actually take these skills and all these abilities or whatever from the actual anime, twist them around and all that stuff. So in my opinion, these 2 characters are broken. Both of these characters are broken in my opinion. You guys let me know if they're broken or not. And if Netmarble will ever see this, probably not, most likely not. But if they ever see this, tell them to make these characters. So the first character we have is, let me just backspace a bit. We have Blue Estarossa. Now Blue Estarossa is actually the transforming unit, right? He is the transforming unit. So I'll put his picture here like last time. I'll put their pictures here so you know who I'm talking about or what form I'm talking about. So Blue Estarossa, and I did give their skills names this time, so whatever. Skill 1, Darkness Holder, inflicts damage equal to so I rank 1, it inflicts damage equal to 200% of an attack on one enemy. On our rank 2, it cancels stances on one enemy and inflicts damage equal to 200% of an attack, then stuns for 1 turn, and same thing on rank 3 but 250 and stuns for 2 turns. Now this is the same card Goddess Ellie has, but the reason this card makes sense to be for this specific Estarossa is because when this Estarossa, or when Estarossa went up to Tarmiel or whatever, he actually stopped Tarmiel from doing anything at all, right? Like he was stunned. His wings, if you guys remember, if you watched season 3, you would remember that Estarossa put like darkness around his wings or around his body and he couldn't move, couldn't do nothing, right? So there is that. Now his second card is Dark Power, which inflicts pierce damage equal to 160% of an attack on one enemy, 240 on rank 2 and 400 on rank 3. This is the same skill as Green Hawk, the free-to-play Hawk. This makes sense because Sariel, when he went to go attack Sariel, Sariel had his tornado his tornado around Estarossa, but Estarossa pierced right through it and still grabbed Sariel. So these 2 skills make a lot of sense for this Estarossa. Now his transformation. Now the thing about his transformation is that he doesn't transform off his ult. His ultimate is, I didn't put his ultimate here, but it is the same as the old Estarossa, right? Assumes it sounds whatever. I don't know. They could put whatever ultimate if they ever do this. But his passive is actually his transformation, and his passive is called multiple commandments. Now we're gonna get into that. If there is either a Monspeed or Gallon unit on the team, Estarossa will transform after 2 of his turns. So 3 turns if you go into the battle first, if you have more CC and you start first. 3 turns he will transform, but if you go second it would be 4 turns, right? So it'd be your turn, that counts as 1, then their turn, then your turn again, that counts as 2 turns, right? I could upgrade that more to a different amount of turns. Right now, a lot of people might not like this. I actually don't have a problem with this, right? Being a new, they should add Indra Monspeed in the game soon, which is pretty good. So hey, they could even do that. I'll have them for a unit I want one day, right? Him and Derriere. But yeah, I don't have a problem with, like, you know, these kinds of passives in these games where you're forced to use a character even that you don't want to, right? When it comes to story mode, yes, but for a team that helps another unit, it's not too much of a problem. So if there's a Monspeed or Gallon on the team, he will transform. I think this is much more better than having to get his ultimate, right? Let's be fair. We don't want to like break the game, right? We want to make the game fair, even though these units are kind of broken, right? So now when he's transformed, his first skill is called Be Quiet. His second skill is called Don't Touch Me, as you see there. His first skill is called Be Quiet. As you guys know, Estarossa loves to tell people to quiet down or be quiet or it's too noisy or whatever, right? So what he does here is he inflicts damage equal to 120% on all enemies right? And then on rank 2, it's 120% again, but disables attack skills for 1 turn. Rank 2, 180%, or oh, that's supposed to say rank 3. Again, yeah, that's supposed to say rank 3. He disables attack skills for 2 turns. Now, why I did this skill is because when everybody was like charging at him when he transformed, this is like at this point we're at like the Meliodas Estarossa, like the Meliodas wannabe Estarossa, right? You guys will see his picture here again, so you will know who I'm talking about, right? When they like, and then Diane put up that little gold wall or whatever, and then Gila was standing in front of it. He did like some AoE attack that only attacked her because she was in the way, but it did do an AoE. It was an AoE line that sliced her, causing her not being able to move. I didn't want to give him another stun card, so I felt like attack disabling would probably be better, right? Now his second skill, Don't Touch Me, right? Assumes a stance, right? He assumes a stance. This is the same skill as the first, or the green Estarossa, right? The first skill of the green Estarossa, where he assumes a stance for 1 turn, which taunts enemy and inflicts damage to 240% for 1 turn. On rank 2, 360% for 1 turn. On rank 3 for 2 turns with 600%, right? I did this because Sariel and Tarmiel actually went to go attack him, and when they did attack him, they got hurt. Like it was like a taunt counter. It was like a counter. They hit him or they attacked him, but they got hurt like a counter, right? A full counter or something. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, his passive, it won't work. Once Estarossa, or once transformed Estarossa gain, oh wait. Okay, this is, hold on, let me just fix this up real quick. I wrote this wrong. Once Estarossa transforms, right? Once Estarossa transforms, I don't want to, hold on, let me do this then. I don't want to show too much. Okay, so once Estarossa transforms, he gains immunity for 5 turns. So he's able to only transform for 5 turns. I should have put that too. So transforms only 5 turns. Transformation. Right, so once Estarossa transforms, he gains an immunity for 5 turns. And it cannot be removed, so he just can't be debuffed. I think that's fair enough. Nobody in the anime, he can't be debuffed in any way, so I feel like that makes a lot of sense. You guys let me know, right? But also, he taunts an enemy for 3 turns like Tank Diane, or yeah, he taunts an enemy for 3 turns and deals damage, reflect damage of 60% of whatever they do to him. This passive is extremely broken. This is a passive they will never ever do, but I felt like this works the best, right? I don't know, this extra part with the reflect damage, that was just me, but him being immune and taunting enemies, I think that should have been there. But the reflect damage of 60%, that's just me. I think it works good. I feel like that would actually, I don't think they would ever do this, but I feel like it could work. Right now, our second unit, or no, yeah, our second unit is actually, oh, he has an ultimate too. I did give him an ultimate, right? Dark Ray. It's like that little red. For his transformation, I gave him an ultimate, not his like when he's not transformed, right? But for his ultimate, it's called Dark Ray. I called it Dark Ray because he goes like when he goes berserk, whatever, he does like the black and red Dark Ray, all AoE like crazy. Now his ultimate is also kind of broken. His ultimate is the same thing as Philosophy Meliodas', but it inflicts damage, or inflicts secret technique damage equal to 300% of an attack on all enemies. Damage inflicted will be effective against all types, but he also stuns all enemies for 1 turn. I wanted to add that little nullify, attacking, whatever for 1 turn, just because nobody could move after he did that. Now the next unit we have is Green Goddess Ellie, and what she does is that, okay, here's her skills. Shine Bright is the skill I called her first one, inflicts damage to 240% on 1 enemy, and then it's the same thing as Green Escanor's, right? On rank 2, 300% but fills ultimate gauge or by 1. Rank 3, 500% but fills ultimate gauge or by 2. And then her second skill is kind of broken to me. I will protect all is what I called it, right? So she heals HP of all allies equal to 200% of an attack, right? On rank 2, she does the same thing but for 240 and removes debuffs, but also keeps all allies alive for 1 turn. It's like Melascula's passive, right? And on rank 3, 400%, removes debuffs and grants immunity and keeps all allies alive for 2 turns. So if they're on the verge of death or whatever, they stay alive, even if they use an ult. that is the most broken card in the game, right? This is not in the game, but if it was in the game, it'd be extremely broken. Gowther is a thing. Getting this rank 3 is not hard and all that stuff. And then I didn't give her a passive. I thought I gave her a passive, but I guess not. Anyways, again, I'll put her picture here. If you guys don't know what Goddess Egg looks like, let me know what you guys think about these units, or these 2 units, even though Esterosa was technically 3 units, or 2 units, but you know, whatever. Let me know what you guys think about these units. Let me know if you guys think these units are extremely broken, if they're extremely trash. And again, if you have any characters you would want in the game, let me know, and I'll add it in the next units I want, part 3 or 4 or whatever part. I'm Zeuxis. Hit the subscribe button, roll to 400 subs, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Peace.